how to protect your family when a loved one suddenly dies while in the care of a doctor. Want to know what I'm getting at here? Stay with me as I share with you this very important information. Hello, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm a medical malpractice and childbirth injury attorney practicing law here in the state of Maryland. And I would like to quickly talk with you today about a family that contacted us and an investigation that we did into their case. And what essentially happened was this family member was calling because they had a loved one to go to the hospital to have a medical procedure done. And at the conclusion of the procedure, they get a phone call telling them that their loved one is no longer with them. In other words, their loved one had passed away. Now, if you step back a little bit, you probably can understand the confusion that this caller voiced to me on the phone, because it was just strange to them that a person would walk into the hospital and then they not walk out. And one of the main reasons for today's video, educational video, is to help you understand an important tool that is used if you are in a situation like this. And this is something that a lot of people don't think about. And that important tool is an autopsy. Yes, that's right, an autopsy. An autopsy is not only important if you think about bringing a possible wrongful death action in the future, but an autopsy is also important because it can help you get answers as to what caused your loved one's death or what happened. See, if an autopsy is not done, then it's going to be really hard to find out what caused your loved one to pass away. Sure, you might be able to look through some medical records and try to put things together that way. You can, in some instances, do that, but an autopsy can go a long ways with helping you understand what happened. Now, I briefly mentioned earlier about if you want to bring a wrongful death action or some type of legal action in the future, why an autopsy is important. And I'm going to quickly touch on that. See, to be successful here in Maryland, when you're talking about essentially negligence law or tort law, there are 4 basic elements that have to be proven. You've got to be able to show these things to be successful. And they are duty, breach of duty, causation, and damages. 4th one, damages. And the autopsy is important because it can help you tackle that 3rd prong that I just mentioned, causation. See, you have to be able to show that the actions or the inaction of the doctor is what caused the harm, the injury, the death. You've got to be able to show that. And that is why an autopsy can go a long ways to helping you in a situation like this. Now, before I get off this video, I want to make sure that you understand that you can request a private autopsy. A lot of people don't know that, but you can have a doctor to perform a private autopsy for you. In the situation that I just voiced at the beginning of this video, in which this family called us, they had requested an autopsy through the hospital. And for whatever reason, the hospital did not perform the autopsy. So as you could imagine, it was very hard in a situation like that to understand causation when there was no autopsy done. And all you have to do is you can get on Google or Yahoo or some of these other major search engines, and you can search for doctors in your area who will perform a private autopsy. If you have more questions about your loved one's death, maybe right now you're watching this video, you search for this video because you don't know what to do. You just had a loved one to pass away and you're trying to find answers. If you have something like this going on and this happened to you in the state of Maryland, this is what I invite you to do. Go ahead and pick up the phone and give me a call. It costs you nothing to call me. I can be reached at 301-850-4832. Or if you prefer, you can send me an email to medicalinjury@bostonlawllc.com. I answer Maryland medical malpractice, wrongful death, and childbirth injury questions just like yours all the time. And I will be happy to take some time and listen to your story. All right, that's going to be it for today's quick educational video. Again, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm one of the medical malpractice and childbirth injury attorneys here at Boston Law Group, LLC. We will see you next time. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.